Good morning, everyone. In the wireless network technology subject, we are going to discuss about data communication and networking fundamentals. I am SLM Iban. So directly we will move to the session. So in the data communication and networking fundamentals, I focus on the core concept used Wi-Fi, mobile networks, and radio and transmission. So we will move to the next slide. So in the wireless communication, still follow layer architecture. So OSI, TCP, IP models help us to understand where wireless technologies operate. For wireless, we can say the first physical layer like radio transmission and data link layer, Wi-Fi access and control we use, and network layer for IP communication over wireless. So these models provide structure for designing wireless network. So I am moving to the next slide. So in wireless communication data, its data cannot travel directly. So it must be covered into the electromagnetic signals. A signal characterized by three things. So we call it like a amplitude. So we can say the signal strength, and we can call it like a number of cycle. We call it frequency and position of the waves. That's important. We call it like a pairs. In wireless communication, mainly uses sinusoidal carrier signals. So I'm just moving to the next slide. So let's talk about like let's talk about the analog was digital transmission. So in wireless system, use digital data but transmit it through analog electromagnetic waves. So normally the digital signals, we call it like a represent the data as 0 and 1. We know that. But the digital signals more reliable for modern communication. So once we are comparing with the analog carriers, the digital signals are more reliable for modern communication. For the analog carriers, it's we know it's travel through air and carry the digital information after the modulation. So I'm just moving to the next slide. So like in wireless communication, the signal travel through the open space. So this causes three major problems. So like we call it like three major problems is it's like noises, like it means unwanted disturbance. So it's interference from the environment, and we call it attenuations. So signal strength loss. So signal power decreases with the distance, and we call it distortions. So obstacle change the signal shape. So it's changing the signal shape. So these challenges explain why wireless networks need strong error control and modulation technique. These challenges explain why wireless networks need strong error control and modulation techniques. So I'm just moving to the next slide. For the modulations, so we call it like a core wireless principle. So the modulations is most important concept in the wireless communication. So we call it like data. It's convert into digital data into a radio signal for a transmission. So I am repeating again. It's convert digital data into radio signal for transmission. So why we have a question now? Why it's essential? So it's enable long distance transmission. In the meantime, it's allow multiple users to share spectra and makes wireless communication possible. So without modulation, wireless system cannot function. So, like the digital modulation techniques. So, wireless system use different modulations methods. So, normally the wireless system use different modulation methods. So first one is, we call it like ASK or ASK. So it changes signal strength, and FSK changes frequency, and PSK changes phase, and QAM it's change amplitude and phase together. It's the QAM changes amplitude and phase together. So modern wireless technologies like Wi-Fi and like 4G, 5G use advanced form of QAM because it's provide high data rates. So we call it like a 4G or 5G use advanced form of QAM. Okay, because of its provide high data rates. So I'm just moving to the next slide. So we call it like multiplexing and multiple access. So wireless network must support many users. Like we call it like simultaneously multiplexing allow multiple signals in one channel. Like we call it like FTM. So different frequencies. So DDM, different time slots, and OFDM. So it's many orthogonal carriers. We call it subcarriers. So multiple access techniques assign resources to the users. So we call it like FTMA. So frequency sharing, and TDMA. So time sharing, and OFDMA. So used in modern wireless systems like LTE and Wi-Fi. So I am just moving to the next slide. And duplexing and antennas. So wireless devices must send and receive data. So FDD. So separate frequencies for transmission and reception. So TDD, same frequency but different time slots. And antennas are critically components. Like they are convert electrical signal into electromagnetic waves. I'm repeating again. Antennas are critical like components. They are convert electrical signals into electromagnetic waves and receive them back. So antennas design directly affect wireless coverage. So we call it like, we know, because like because antenna design. So we will have a discussion about the antenna design. It directly affect the wireless coverage and signal quality. So the signal quality and the wireless coverage are depend on the antenna design. So it's playing a big role, the major roles, the antennas here. And I am just moving to my last slide. So at the data link layer, wireless network control how devices share the medium. So we call it like CSMA or CD is used in wired Ethernet. Like wireless network use CSMA or CA because collision cannot be detected easily in air. So we talk about CSMA and CD, it's used in wired Ethernet. So once we are talking about the wireless network, use CSMA or CA because collision cannot be detected easily in air. So wireless frames follow IEEE 802.11 structure. So which manage addressing control, information, and error detection. So normally, once we are talking about the IEEE 802.11 structure, so it's manage addressing control, information, especially in error detection. So these mechanisms ensure reliable wireless communication. So this is the mechanism. It's ensuring the reliability of the wireless communication as well. So therefore, we can the conclusion we can say like therefore the wireless communication depends on mainly on signal theory and modulation and spectrum sharing and medium access control. So these are the main things we have covered here. So thank you so much. Thanks for the listening and thank you.